Good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Okay. Now listen. I think up to exercise 3 of Newton's laws we are done with, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No. Exercise 4, there are only 19 problems. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Today, last half an hour, I'll take first 9 problems, my doubts. Day after tomorrow, last half an hour, I'll take the next 9 problems, my doubts. 9 problems में doubts तो आधे घंटे में हो जाएंगे.
Yes, sir. 45 मिनट लगेगा शायद से सर।
Not an issue, we can complete it. Right? Now, center of mass कहाँ तक हुआ है हमारा?
सर सेंटर ऑफ मास नहीं, सर्कुलर मोशन।
Sorry, हाँ, circular motion कहाँ तक हुआ है?
सर आपने वो बोला था कि
इक्वल टू आर जी कुछ
सर
V
डिफरेंट
equal to
सर्कमस्टेंसेस
RG
में
तक।
दिखाया था।
No, we were doing radius of curvature.
Of a projectile motion.
सर वो हो गया था, उसके
we
बाद
did
वो
One of
Vehicle
you
moving
will-
on a circular
one
track.
One second, wait. One of you speak. Ryan speak. RAYAN. One of you.
सर प्रोजेक्टाइल हो गया था, उसके बाद आपने सर्कुलर ट्रैक पे मूवमेंट का भी करा दिया था।
Vehicle moving in a circular track. Normal force जहाँ होगा,
हाँ।
where will it lose contact?
हाँ
यस सर, यस सर, वही।
Conical pendulum.
हाँ वो भी करा दिया।
Now listen. Switch off your mics. This is called banking of a road. Banking of a road. What do you mean by a banked road?
Or when the road is
Your
slightly at
vehicle
an
should switch off your mics. If your vehicle should take a turn, friction should provide the required centripetal force. Friction should provide the required centripetal force. So every time a vehicle is taking a turn, friction between the tires and the ground will provide the required centripetal force. This will actually wear out your tires. Your tires or vehicle tires will get worn out. So I want to take a turn without using friction. Suppose I want to take a turn without using friction. Then what am I supposed to do? This is the road. Vehicle is taking a turn like this. Instead of friction providing the centripetal force, if you bend the road this way, lift the outer side of the road, now vehicle will be moving this way. Now vehicle will be moving this way. Now component of normal force will provide the required centripetal force, not just friction. Initially normal force was like this. Now that it takes a turn or it bends this way, the road is banked. Now this is the direction of the normal force. Horizontal component of normal force can provide the required centripetal force. That means without banking on friction, you are banking on the normal force due to normal force is like this. Banking of the road, the outer edge of the road is lifted. You might have experienced this while going about in a vehicle, quite a few roads. This mic is on. Aditya, N31 Aditya, your mic is on. Now, normal force was like this for the vehicle. Now the normal force is like this. So this will provide N cos theta is balancing out mg. N sin theta provides the required. Ayush, K19, Ayush, your mic is on. Now, N sin theta provides the required centripetal force, mv square by r. N cos theta will be balancing out mg. First equation, second equation. Right? N sin theta is mv square by r. N cos theta is equal to mg. Tan theta is equal to v square by r. Tan theta is v square by r. The speed with which the vehicle should take a turn so that it doesn't use friction between the tires. It doesn't use friction between the tires is v is equal to root over of rg tan theta. You go at this speed, friction is not used to take a turn. You go at these speeds, On any banked road, there will be a speed limit specified. 60 kilometers per hour, 50 kilometers per hour, right? That means if you are going at that speed, you are not using friction to take a turn. Component of the normal force will provide the required centripetal force. But what if I try to increase my speed or decrease my speed? If I try to increase my speed, tan theta is fixed. Tan theta is fixed. That is banking of the road. एक बार road का construction हो गया, tan theta is fixed. You cannot keep changing it, right? Tan theta is fixed. This will be V square by R. If V increases, R should increase. If V increases, R must increase. Only then this is fixed, right? 2 is equal to 4 by 2. If the numerator increases to 4 to 8, denominator should increase to 4. 16 by 8. If the numerator is increasing, denominator also must increase for this to remain constant. Now tan theta is V square by Rg. As the velocity increases, radius also increases. As the velocity increases, radius also increases, right? Now, in this banked road, so if you try to increase the speed, this is N, this is the center, this will be the radius. The vehicle will tend to move outwards. As radius must increase, vehicle will tend to move outwards. Then what will happen? Friction will act downwards. As velocity increases, this is the center of the circular track, this is the radius, the vehicle is taking a turn like this will be the center. The radius must increase, this will be the radius. How will the radius increase? Only if the vehicle will tend to slip outwards. If the vehicle is tending to slip outwards, friction will act downwards. You can interpret this two ways. One, as velocity increases, radius increases, vehicle will tend to go outwards, friction will act downwards. Another way of interpreting. Till now only n sin theta was providing the centripetal force. Now friction comes to the rescue of, because V is increasing. N sin theta was providing the centripetal force. Now friction will come to the rescue of N to provide the required centripetal force if V increases. Right? Aditi is typing that my screen is blurred. Is it so?
No, sir.
No, sir, it's
No,
proper.
sir.
No, sir.
Aditi, disconnect and
Sir,
reconnect, please.
sir, it's bit
It is
blur. Sir, blur. Sir, हल्का सा blur है.
No, sir, it's perfect.
नहीं
बीच
sir,
में
no
blur हो
Sir,
रहा है
it's
sir.
proper.
sir.
It's proper, sir.
It's
Okay,
proper.
fine. Take it down. Please.
So I have a question. If we increase the speed, then friction comes into picture. Is that right?
Provide the required centripetal force. When we increase the speed, centripetal acceleration increases. So along with normal force component, friction will add to the component of normal force to provide the required centripetal force.
Okay, sir.
Can you please repeat the part?
I'll repeat, I'll explain. You need to take it down till here.
Sir, what if V increases to the extent that friction also cannot provide that
Then it will
required center?
naturally start skidding outwards.
Okay, sir.
I'll explain how to add friction. Take it down till here.
So what if V increase and R doesn't increase?
Take it down till here. यार.
Okay,
R
okay.
doesn't increase. Vehicle will skid outwards. बोल रहा हूँ तू पकड़ के बैठेगा वहाँ vehicle.
नहीं sir, गिर.
Can you please explain in point again?
Quiet. All of you quiet. Take it down. Ved, are you there in the class? Please type yes or no. Ved from Thane. Is it your birthday today? Happy birthday, Ved. God bless you. Wish you a happy birthday. Stay blessed. Take it down, I'll explain and then I'll go ahead. Take it down, all of you. Now, first, what have you done? You don't want to use friction at all. What if you don't want to use friction? The vehicle is going this way. The vehicle is going this way. Right? Friction is providing the centripetal force. Now you don't want to use friction. You're banking the road. This bending of the road or lifting of the road is called banking. So now normal force was like this. Now normal force is like this. Component of the normal force provides the required centripetal force. So n sin theta provides the required centripetal force and cos theta will be equal to mg. Now what if I want to increase my velocity? Friction should come into picture. In the first case, I didn't use friction. If I don't use friction, this is the speed at which I can take a turn. Right? If I don't use friction, this is the speed at which I can take a turn. Right? V is equal to root over of Rg tan theta. Suppose you increase your speed. You are increasing your speed and tan theta is fixed. Tan theta is the angle of the banked road. Banked road is already constructed. You cannot change that. Tan theta is fixed. Speed of the vehicle is increasing. Denominator also must increase. So the vehicle will tend to go outwards because this is the radius. Friction will act inwards to prevent slipping. Another way of interpreting this is, as your speed is increasing, n sin theta alone is not in a position to provide the required centripetal force. Then friction comes to the rescue of component of n. Friction comes to the rescue of component of n to provide the required centripetal force, because once your speed is increasing, your centripetal acceleration is increasing. Who will provide that centripetal acceleration? Initially, it was component of n sin theta. Now, along with component of n sin theta, component of friction will come to its rescue to provide the required centripetal force. Is this clear to all? Now let us see what is the maximum speed with which you can take a turn. Maximum speed. What is the maximum speed possible? What will happen now? For the maximum speed, friction will come into the picture. If this is theta, this will be f cos theta. And this will be mg plus f sin theta. As your speed is increasing along with the normal force, component of friction together will provide the required centripetal force. F cos theta plus N sin theta is mv square by r. But if you tell me V is maximum, then friction also should be maximum. If you tell me V is maximum, friction also should be maximum. So you will write mu n cos theta plus n sin theta is m V maximum whole square by r. Now, first case may whether friction is there or not doesn't affect my problem. First case may I didn't use friction. So I'll go with only that speed with which I can take a turn where normal force provides the required centripetal force. Right? So you are not using friction. Even if the road was smooth, I can take a turn at that speed. Right? By chance the road is rough, I can take a turn at that speed without using friction because friction can take any value between 0 to mu n. But here as I am increasing my speed, along with n sin theta, something else should come to my rescue to provide the required centripetal force. Friction is coming to my rescue. If I say V maximum, friction should be maximum, that will be mu n. N cos theta. Now equation is n cos theta is equal to mg plus f sin theta. This is my second equation. Friction is equal to mu n. We can find V maximum from this. Right? This is the maximum speed. Maximum speed with which I can take a turn. Now, how do you calculate minimum speed? Minimum speed के लिए, if you observe, as your speed is decreasing, you will tend to slip in the downward direction. So now here friction will be in which direction? Friction will be in this particular direction. This will be f cos theta. This will be n sin theta. Your speed is decreasing. This is theta. This is theta. This is n cos theta plus f sin theta. Right? Your speed is decreasing. In this case, speed was increasing. Friction came to the rescue of n sin theta to provide the centripetal force. Your speed is decreasing. So now your equation will be n sin theta minus f cos theta will be mv square by r. But suppose you say velocity should be minimum. Velocity should be minimum. Friction should be mu n. Suppose you say velocity is minimum. Friction should be mu n. The maximum value to be subtracted. Right? This will be my first equation. Second equation, n cos theta plus f sin theta should be equal to mg. F is equal to mu n. This is my second equation. This is the minimum speed with which I can take a turn without skidding. This is the maximum speed with which I can take a turn without skidding. And the speed with which I can take a turn without skidding and not using friction is root over of Rg tan theta. Understand all the three conditions and take it down properly. Yes, even railway tracks are banked to some extent in some situations where they have to take a turn slightly, very slightly. Yeah, here we have taken R fixed because friction is preventing the body from As it is, you use little bit of a common sense also, that will do. When velocity is increasing, friction is downwards. When velocity is decreasing, what will be the direction of friction? Upwards. When velocity is increasing, friction is downwards to help n sine theta. Velocity is decreasing, friction will be outwards, so that it gets subtracted from n sine theta and decreases mv square by r. When velocity is decreasing, mv square by r should decrease. That means from n sine theta, something should get subtracted. That means friction will be in upward direction. If a vehicle is going on a horizontal road, other than friction, there is nothing else to provide the centripetal force. If the vehicle is going in a horizontal road, other than friction, there is nothing else to provide the required centripetal force. It is static friction. Vehicle should not skid outwards. Vehicle should not skid outwards. So it is static friction that we are speaking of. Now, if you don't want simple, if you don't want the vehicle to skid and you don't want to use friction on a banked road, then the speed at which you should take a turn is root over of Rg tan theta. Suppose I increase my speed along with n sin theta, friction will come to our rescue. N sin theta plus component of friction will provide the centripetal force. V maximum is for F equal to mu n. Suppose you are decreasing your speed, then the vehicle will have a tendency to come downwards. Friction will act upwards. Component of friction will get subtracted from n sin theta. Can I rub the board? Same problem, I'll put it this way. Now, for once I again repeat the direction of friction. Have a look at this. This is an tan theta, you told me, is v square by rg. If velocity increases, r increases. So this will tend to move outwards. Friction will act downwards because this is the value of r. On the contrary, if tan theta is equal to v square by rg, if velocity decreases because this is constant, r should decrease. If r decreases, this is the value of r. The vehicle will tend to slip downwards. Friction will act outwards. So here friction will be this way. Here friction will be this way. Is that point very clear to all? Now, this is a hemispherical bowl which can rotate with an angular velocity omega. Right? There is a small point mass kept here. This value is theta. What is the angular velocity with which the bowl should rotate? Smooth bowl. Smooth. Inner surface is smooth. Inner surface is smooth. Find omega for which small m does not slip. Find omega for which small m does not slip. With what angular velocity should I make the ball rotate so that small m does not slip? Radius is capital R. Radius of the hemispherical bowl, take it as capital R. Radius of the hemispherical bowl is capital R. Did we deal with conical pendulum? Did we deal with conical pendulum? Right. Here also the radius of the circular path will be like this. That means the radius of the path will be r sine theta. Radius of the path will be r sine theta. Right. Watch out for this. This will be the normal force. I'll redraw the diagram for your convenience here. This is n. This is theta. This is n cos theta. This is mg. This is n sine theta. So what provides the required centripetal force for the small m to go in a circular track? Other than n sine theta, you don't see any other force. N sine theta is m omega square radius. What will be the radius? R sine theta. N sine theta is m omega square capital R sine theta is my first equation. Cancel them both. N is equal to m omega square R is my first equation. Second equation, n cos theta will be equal to m. Divide both. Cos theta is equal to g by omega square r, or omega will be under root g by r cos theta. This is the angular velocity with which I should turn the hemispherical bowl. This is the angular velocity with which I should turn the hemispherical bowl so that small m does not slip inside the hemispherical bowl. Now the question is, if friction is given inside as coefficient of friction is mu, find the maximum and minimum velocity. If friction is given inside the hemispherical bowl, if mu is the coefficient of friction, if mu is the coefficient of friction inside the bowl, find omega maximum and omega minimum for small m to remain at rest with respect to bowl. If mu is the coefficient of friction inside the bowl and small m, find omega maximum and omega minimum for small m to remain at rest with respect to bowl. The answer will be huge. Just write the equations properly. That will do for me. Don't worry about the simplification part of it right now. Now, when you people see the same problem where this is the hemispherical bowl. This is the hemispherical bowl. This value will be the normal force. This is theta. Now the surface inside is not smooth. So friction will act downwards for omega maximum. As the omega is increasing, along with the component of normal force, something else should come to my rescue to provide the required increased centripetal force. As the omega is increasing, required centripetal force will increase because centripetal acceleration is increasing. Along with normal force, something else should come to my rescue. What will come to my rescue? Friction. So if this is theta, this is theta. So you will write n sine theta plus f cos theta will provide the required centripetal force. Radius is r sine theta. Now suppose you tell me you are calculating omega maximum, then friction also please take the maximum value. This is my first equation. Is the first equation clear to all? As omega will tend to increase, the particle will tend to fly outwards. Friction will act downwards. Component of friction will come to the rescue of component of normal force to provide the required centripetal force. Now, the vertical components also should balance out. This is theta. This will be n cos theta, n cos theta. This will be n cos theta is equal to f sin theta plus mg. F is equal to mu n. N cos theta is equal to f sin theta plus mg. We are taking the maximum value of friction, that will be mu n. What if your speed is decreasing? What if the speed of the bowl is decreasing? This is n, this is omega. So now friction will act outwards. If the speed is decreasing, the mass will have a tendency to slip downwards, right? If this is theta, 90 minus theta, 90 theta. This is theta. This is n cos theta plus f sin theta. Should be equal to mg f cos theta. N sin theta minus f cos theta m omega square r sin theta. N sin theta will be this. This is n sin theta minus f cos theta is m omega square r sin theta. Right? Omega, you are telling me, is omega minimum. Omega minimum. That means that should be mu n. Maximum value should be subtracted from this. Right? What will be your second equation? N cos theta plus F sine theta should be equal to mg. F is mu n cos theta plus F sine theta should be equal to mg. The two situations and the two equations should be clear. Right. Beyond the maximum and minimum values, this is omega maximum for which the point is not slipping. You increase further omega, even friction cannot come to your rescue. The point will start slipping outwards. Here you decrease further omega, even friction will not be able to come to your rescue. The mass will start coming downwards. Radius. We have already done this. Somebody is asking r sine theta kahan se aaya? You joined in between the class, I believe, or you're sleeping. If the particle is going about in this track, this is theta, this is r. What will be the radius of the circular track? It will be r sine theta. Radius of the circular track is r sine theta. Conical pendulum. Even in hemispherical bowl, I showed to you the case previous to this. Radius is calculated, it is going in a circular track of radius r sine theta, similar to the one done in conical pendulum. Ashutosh, please refer to the condition done before this. Before this, the condition done is smooth surface only. Before this, just before this, if you were listening to the class. What is this fellow's doubt here?
Sir, I'm not able to read what you have written beside mg in the last one. सबसे नीचे नहीं उसके नीचे सर उसके नीचे हाँ yeah the one beside mg.
This one?
Yeah.
This is equation 2.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a symbol.
Sir,
Hmm?
so why are we considering the up and downward forces? They have no use to us, no? Only centripetal force we have to consider.
Centripetal force provides the required the force acting towards the center provides the centripetal force. Now forces in the upward direction should be equal to forces in downward direction. Only then acceleration in the direction is zero.
Okay.
Particle is going in a horizontal circle this way means vertical forces are zero no yaar.
So for just checking, no?
Conical pendulum का भी वही किया है हम लोगों ने. This is t cos theta and mg. You have a force in this direction. Doesn't mean the direction forces are zero or not zero. It can have acceleration, who knows? But here there is no acceleration. That means this force is equal to this force.
So for checking, we are doing it, no?
No, for solving only we are doing. I am checking nothing. Forces in upward direction will be equal to forces in downward direction. Can I rub the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now there is something called a death well. Did I discuss death well?
No.
No, sir.
Death well. In a death well, a person will be standing across the inner surface. Person will be standing across the inner surface. Right? Now, radius of this is R. This is the normal force acting on him. This will be mg and this will be mu n friction. Incidentally, in this example, n is not mg. N is in this direction, mg is in the perpendicular direction. N will not be equal to mg. What does N provide? The required centripetal force, m omega square r. This is rotating with an angular velocity omega. And what is balancing is weight. Mu n is equal to mg. What is balancing is weight. Mu n is equal to mg. Right? Now we are interested to know what should be the omega for which the man doesn't fall. Right? Divide both 1 by mu omega square r by g. Omega is under root g by mu r. This is the angular velocity with which the death well should rotate, or greater than that. This is the minimum. If it is greater, then n will increase, mu n will increase. Friction will take a lesser value than mu n to balance out mg. Friction should balance out mg. Friction should balance out mg. Friction will be anywhere between 0 to mu n. Right? So you increase and mu n value will increase. Friction will balance only mg. That means friction will decrease its value to make sure that it balances mg. What is the minimum omega with which I should take a turn or turn the death well so that the man doesn't fall down? Mu n should be balancing mg. N provides the required centripetal force.
Sir, in all these examples, we are
How can the man stand there?
Yeah, you people waste time, that's all. इतना CBC explanation है. How can the man stand there? What shirt did he wear? What color did he wear? Write down quickly. N provides the required centripetal force. Mu n will be balancing mg. This is omega minimum. I can increase omega further where friction will be equal to mg. No. Loss of motion exercise 4. Doubts among 1 to 10. Tell me or type in the chat box doubts between 1 to 10. 1 and 4 and 9. 1, 4, 9. 1, 5, 8, 9, 10. Need 5, 8. Somebody is writing 2 and 6. Meaningless doubts here. Actually, they're meaningless doubts. कम से कम आप लोग पेन पेपर पर भी नहीं रखा है जिन लोगों ने डाउट्स पूछा है. पेन पेपर पर नहीं लग रखा है आप लोगों ने. वन टू 10 ऑल 1 to 10 बोल देंगे. टाइम वेस्ट का भी अपर लिमिट होता है यार. Now whoever said 9, didn't I solve 9 in the class? 9th question did I not solve in the class? Ninth class में नहीं किया मैंने. Similar one नहीं, 9th ही किया है मैंने. I don't know. I must have missed in your particular batch. 4th, didn't we have this in the assignment sheet? Did we not solve this? 4th, the assignment sheet given to you people, did we not solve this in the assignment sheet? कुछ तो बोलो यार, क्या बैच बना है यार. 4th, न्यूटन्स लॉस का वेज कंस्ट्रेंट का असाइनमेंट शीट. न्यूटन्स लॉस not this assignment sheet. 1 second, wait. Do you people recollect this? Do you people recollect this sheet? कहीं पर देखा इस sheet को? Have you people seen this sheet? Right. In this sheet, can you people see the 13th problem? Is this not the same problem which you are asking me? We have discussed this in the class, right? So were you sleeping then? Waste of time, no yaar. Same problem we discuss also. You people have height yaar ye to. थोड़ा तो responsible बनो ना यार. 4th problem, I don't know how you people are this as a doubt. Second problem, I have discussed this in the class. Whoever asked, second problem, did I discuss this in the class? T here, T cos theta, T sin theta. Please type in the chat box yes or no. Yes, and then class notes खोल के भी नहीं दे सकते यार आप लोग, बस 1 to 10 बोला तो नंबर्स बोलते जाएंगे, क्लास नोट्स एक बार खोल के तो देखो. Second problem I have done in the class. Fourth problem we have done in the assignment sheet. Height of irresponsible way of getting your doubts cleared here. This is not the way you save time for yourself. You are wasting your own time. They have not even read the question. बस ऐसा ही बोल दिया, नंबर्स को कुछ पूछ रहा है बोलते जाओ नंबर्स, क्वेश्चन तो पढ़ो. Sixth problem also I have done in the class. Only thing we calculated acceleration here, s equal to half at square पूछ रहा है. Sixth problem, how can that be a doubt? I don't understand. Sixth problem, have a look at this. This is not a genuine doubt. You have one block here. You are pulling this with a force of F2. That means force here is F2. You are pulling this with a force of F1. Right? So this will be 2F2. This is small m, this is capital M or something of that sort. F1, F2 are given. A 1 kg block, B rests on a bracket of A of same mass as shown in the figure. Both have the same masses, right? 50 meters. Time determine when block B reaches. Find out the acceleration. Block B reaches this. Find out the acceleration of this. Have a look at capital M's acceleration. F1 minus 2F2 is capital M into A. Capital M is equal to small m. Now here F2 is equal to M into A2. Call this capital A, call this small a, because F2 is the only force on it. And not F square, this is F2. So this will be 2F2. F1 minus 2F2 is equal to M into A. Now acceleration of small m with respect to capital M is A minus capital A. Call this AR. 50 is equal to half AR into T square. Substitute this AR. Calculate these both. Substitute here. You get the time after which small m reaches this particular point. All surfaces are smooth. F1 minus 2F2 is capital M into A. F2 is small m into A. Substitute this F2 here, you will get capital A minus small a or small a minus capital A. We took both accelerations towards the left. F1 and F2 are given. F1 is given as 20 Newton. F2 is given as 8 Newton. Isn't it? Somebody is typing something. Can I rub the sixth? One second, just wait. Now, first question, for the system to be in equilibrium, see the lower block where you are applying the force of F. It will have one normal force in the upward direction, its weight mg in the downward direction, and this normal force in this particular direction. Right? Here, let us take n dash. Let me call this n naught. So in the horizontal direction, if this angle is 30, f is equal to n naught sine 30. In the vertical direction, n is equal to mg plus n naught cos 30. This is for the lower sphere or the cylinder. Right? This f is in the horizontal direction. Vertical direction, n is equal to n naught. Right? On the contrary, on this particular reaction of this one, this will be n naught. Similarly, there will be one n naught here. This will be 2 n naught cos 30 will be equal to mg, the upper one. Now the other equation is mg is equal to 2 n naught cos 30. Now two equations, two variables. Will you be able to solve for the first one? First one at least is a partially reasonable doubt. Fifth one is a direct constraint. Fifth should not be difficult. Somebody is saying I forgot some normal force. Did I forget any normal force? Wait, let me unmute them.
Sir, it is told
No,
that
sir, it's proper.
the block.
Sir, normal force due to the lower block on the other lower block. You forgot
Yes, sir.
that.
Both will be equal and opposite. If I'm late, 1 minute. Question देखने दो. Okay, there will be one normal force here as well. See, there is another block like this, and you are applying a force of F. Right? This block ka normal force you have drawn. See, this block ka normal force and not we have drawn on this. Right? There can be a normal force at this particular point. This and this. Right? So F will be equal to n naught sine theta. I'll call this n dash and I'll call this n dash. But do we need that at the first place? F
So
is-
so for f minimum n dash will be 0.
Right. For F minimum n dash will be 0. Right. Hence you will get the answer even if you have forgotten that.
Yes, sir.
For F minimum, that normal force will become 0. Can I rub the board?
Yes, sir.
Fifth is again a very unreasonable doubt here.
Sir, but how for F minimum n dash will be that 0?
नील बहुत जल्दी तेरे लिए सेपरेट सेक्शन बनाऊंगा यार.
रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, आप ही टीचर है उस सेक्शन में.
हाँ. What I am unable to see this diagram clearly here. Can you tell me the values of the velocities given?
Velocity of A is 1 meter per second. So
This one?
B is
no, the
That
A
is
is
3.
the lower block. A is lower block.
The
This
bigger
one
Yes,
is
sir. Yes, sir. A. B is the bigger block. And C. Velocity of
velocity
B
of
is 1 meter
कितना?
per second. 1.
1 meter per second.
And we have to find velocity of C.
B का कितना?
B का नहीं दिया.
B का नहीं दिया.
B का 3 है. 3 meters per
Oh,
second.
sorry, 3.
Diagram
Sorry.
here is wrong, sir.
Wrong diagram.
Diagram wrong.
Now,
Fine.
Find velocity of C.
direct application of constraints now यार. Principle of Virchow-Park apply कर लो. Now this is P. right? This is 2t. 2t into 1 meter per second with a negative sign, right? This I am assuming this is going to the left. This shall I, no, B is moving to the left. B is moving to the left. This tension, this tension, this tension, I don't care. Here I have one tension, here I have one tension. 2t into 3 meters per second. Now, plus t into velocity of c should be 0. I took P and BC in the same direction. This is moving to the left, this is moving to the left, I took in the same direction. 2t and 1 meter per second opposite direction. On B it is this t and this t and 3 meters per second. Right? So minus 2 plus 6 plus VC is 0. VC plus 4 is 0. VC is minus 4 meters per second. Fifth is a very unreasonable doubt.
The VC is 5, sir.
Sir, in the answer given 5.
They are
Sorry,
right.
horizontal
C
velocity is 3.
velocity only in the downward direction. This is 4. C has a velocity in the horizontal direction as well. 3. So the resultant will be 5 meters per second. C has a downward velocity of 4. Horizontal velocity same as that of B. So the velocity is answer reported will be 5.
Sir,
Huh.
at some places they were saying that relative velocity of A will be 2 meter per second. So rope will move by 4 meters. They were saying. So velocity of C downward will be 4 meter per second. How is this possible?
Would you repeat?
Sir, at some places they were saying that relative velocity of A will be 2 meter per second. So the rope will move by 4 meter.
वो सब करने का नहीं यार. You do all that, you'll get further confused. Use principle of virtual work. If not constraints, सीधा constraints apply कर लो, directly you'll get. You want to remember that results. What they say is, if one end of the pulley is fixed, other end will move it 2 times the velocity of the pulley. ये सब याद करके रख के confuse हो जाओ. Don't. कि इतना लंबा process है क्या?
नहीं.
2 steps में जब answer आ रहा है कर लो ना यार. They remember the answer for one bit of it. If one end of the pulley is fixed, the other end will move it 2 times the velocity of the pulley. Up there they start playing with.
And so in B, how tension is 2T?
This is T, this is T. What will be the tension here?
2T. And then what about the pulley that is in the up?
यहाँ पे
हाँ.
what about means what?
वहाँ उसका टेंशन नहीं करेगा उसका कंपोनेंट.
कहाँ कौन सा tension? This is T and this is T. इस block पर vertical forces लिया ही नहीं because block B is not moving vertical.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
No, eighth problem. What is the possible doubt? I don't know. This is quite easy if I'm right. I don't remember any previous batches asking me this question. Don't even know this question. In the situation given, all surfaces are frictionless. If F is equal to capital mg by 2, the ratio of acceleration of block A and B is acceleration of find the value of n. Both the blocks have mass capital M. Okay. This will be F is equal to capital mg by 2, while this is capital mg. Do you think this will move up?
No.
F is capital mg by 2, right? Both the blocks have the same mass. Now have a look at this. On both put together, there is a force F is equal to capital mg. So they both will have an acceleration of capital A here. How much will capital A be? Capital mg by 2 divided by capital M plus capital M. This will be capital mg by 2 divided by 2m. This will be g by 4. This will be g by 4. Capital A is equal to g by 4. Now, acceleration of B in this direction is g by 4. Acceleration of A is also g by 4. Now, vertical direction, this will be going downwards. capital Mg minus mg by 2 is equal to capital M into acceleration of B downwards. This is capital Mg by 2 is capital M into acceleration of AB is equal to G by 2. So understand what are the accelerations of A. A will have an acceleration in this direction of G by 4. B will have G by 4 and G by 2. B का resultant लेंगे divide by the acceleration of A, you get the answer. B का resultant acceleration ले लो, G by 4 whole square plus G by 2 whole square. This divided by this should be the answer. Make it fast.
Sir, how can A and B have the same horizontal acceleration?
Yeah, Arav, if your doubts are cleared, you can leave. Listen. Ninth one is slightly lengthy. I have done this in detail in one of the classes. I think I forgot in your batch. In the other batch I've done. I don't know when I'm asking ninth one if I have done in the class, 9th, 10th I have done in the class. Then if I have not done in your batch, probably I have done it in the other batch. Generally I cover that in the batch. Next class I will start from the 9th. All of you please listen to me. Next class I will start from the 9th. Wait, I'll be discussing 9, I'll discuss 10th, I'll discuss 15th and 16th. That's all. 9, 10, 15, and
20.
16. Pardon?
Sir,
17th.
19th and 20.
17th,
19th.
Yes, sir.
12th.
Yes, sir.
19th
Question
and
20.
20. Okay, fair enough. 19th and 20, though I consider are unreasonable doubts, I will discuss them.
Sir,
But
17th.
तो करना ही है. 17th I will not be discussing them. 17th I will not discuss. You should be able to solve.
सर 11th के सेकंड में वो बी पे कोई हॉरिजॉन्टल फोर्स है ही नहीं लेफ्ट साइड पे, तो सिस्टम मूव करेगा कि नहीं सर?
You think and tell me. That is very easy. You will have to think in that direction. You think and tell me. Okay, 17th is also a bit reasonable. Let's not disappoint them. But other than this, I will not take any other doubt. Please.
So in the 11th second one,
Thamba,
The 13th.
I didn't ask you. Wait. Right? I told you these problems I'll discuss. मतलब बाकी प्रॉब्लम्स अगर आप ट्राई करेंगे हो जाएंगे. कोशिश तो करो, इतना तो एफर्ट डालो. Everything will be spoon fed. Where will you grow? If I use my brain, why will your brain grow? Next class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the 7 problems. I'll take them as doubts. Nothing else. Make sure that you are able to solve the remaining.
Sir,
No, sir.
Then
Nothing.
the tenth one, sir, can we use constant relation, sir?
Right now, no.
Okay, sir.
Right? Please attempt and do it seriously and give a sincere attempt. Question पढ़ लिया, चलो नंबर बोल देंगे, बोर्ड पर सॉल्व कर देगा. हर प्रॉब्लम बोर्ड पर सॉल्व करूंगा तो आप क्या करोगे यार? That's not the way we go. See you people in the next class.
Bye, sir.
Okay.